This is our project. Fingerprint based driving license checking system has two types of code for enroll and access. During enroll, we need to first enroll our DL number and name as well as date of birth in the enroll phase. This is the code where we are going to enroll this. First, it will be having libraries defined in this Adafruit fingerprint and software serial for all the libraries. Next, we are going to give get fingerprint enroll. Integer ID is given. Pin 2 is used for input and pin 3 is used for output. Then the software serial is declared for 2 and 3, where as I said 2 is for input and 3 is for output. Adafruit fingerprint finger is declared as Adafruit fingerprint and ampersand my serial. Void setup is initialized. Serial begin 38,400 is the baud rate required for the access of this code, and serial print ln is which displays in the monitor as finger test. When the data rate is set for the sensor, the minimum 57,600 is the baud rate required for the serial monitor, and this serial monitor is going to work in this baud rate. If the fingerprint is verified with the password, the monitor displays found fingerprint sensor, else it is going to display did not find fingerprint on the sensor. When the while condition occurs, then void loop begins. Next, we need to type in the ID you want to save this finger as. The ID is given as 0, and if it is true, serial is available, character is taken from the input, and the digit is also given, and the ID star equals 10, which is the maximum length integer value we are initializing here as 10. And the next serial print, we are going to enroll our ID while get fingerprint, and here in this loop we are going to, if fingerprint is not captured properly, it will be in this loop itself until and unless the fingerprint is going to be sensed. If the fingerprint is okay, the image will be taken. In the case 1, the fingerprint displays no finger. At that time, the monitor is going to display the several dots and the break occurs. In the next case, fingerprint, if the communication error occurs, it displays communication error. If the image from the sensor is unable to capture the image, it shows the monitor displays image error. Defaultly, we are going to take it as unknown error. If the image is success, that is what the command is OK success. The fingerprint image is taken. Next, in this loop, if the fingerprint is okay, the image is going to be converted. And if some of the cases occurs, like if the image is too messy, the monitor is going to display image is too messy. And as I said, if the communication error is occurred from the receiver mode, it is going to display as communication error in the monitor, and it is going to return back to the loop P. Similarly, if the feature, that is R305 sensor device, if any damage is occurred in this, if that feature fail represents as a could not find fingerprint features on the monitor, and the loop is going to return back to P. Next, the fingerprint, if the found the fingerprint is unable to scan the image properly and it is not found in the image, then it will be showing as could not find fingerprint feature, and it is returning back to the same loop. Defaultly, we are going to give us unknown error. Next, after taking the fingerprint, it is going to say remove finger, and that takes a delay of 2 milliseconds. While this condition occurs, we need to fingerprint no finger, and we need to get the image. We need to place the same finger again in the that is what the monitor is going to display. If the fingerprint is okay, the fingerprint is going to get the image and the image is taken. If there is no finger, similarly the communication error, it shows communication error. If the image is unable to capture the image, it will be showing as imaging error. If there is default, then it is taking as unknown error. And if it is okay, success, the fingerprint image will be taken. Then the image is going to convert it. It will be showed in the display monitor. If the image is too messy, it will be displayed as image too messy. Communication error, it will be displayed in the monitor, which will be received by the packets. And if the feature fails from the R305 module, it will be showing as could not find fingerprint feature in the display monitor. If the image is invalid, then it will display as could not find the fingerprint features. Defaultly, it will take as unknown error. Again, if it is okay, it will be converted. Then the fingerprints will be matched with the next, that is access code. Then it will be received. Again, if there is any communication error, it will be displayed as communication error. If fingerprints are not matched, it will show as fingerprints did not match. Else, it will show as unknown error. Finally, fingerprint is stored in this mode. This fingerprint is okay, it will be stored. If the packet receiver is having some communication error, it will be displayed as communication. If the fingerprint communication error, it will be received and it will be displayed as communication error. If the fingerprint location is not proper, if it is misplaced, then it will be could not store in that location, and it will return to the same P switch. And if the fingerprint is flashed, error while writing, that is if it is while storing, if any flashes occurs, it will be showing as error writing to flash, and in default it will be taking as unknown error. This is what the enroll code is. In order to access our code from the enrollment, we are going to enroll the fingerprint. To access it, we need to go for access. For that, we need to open the file and open recent, and we need to go for the access code. Here, initially, we need to initialize with the liquid crystal, that is for the LCD display. In the LCD display, which are the pins we are using is 12. It is for RS, that is register select, and 11 is for enable, and 7 is for D4 pin, 6 is for D5, and 5 is for D6, and 4 is for D7 pin. And include Adafruit fingerprint. It is a library file which is using for R305 to microcontroller for the interface purpose. Include software serial. It is serial data to take as input. The inputs will be taken here. And int get fingerprint, we are going to enroll our ID in integer values. So we are giving this command. The software serial, we are going to use 2 and 3. That is 2 is for receiver and 3 is for transmitter. Then Adafruit fingerprint finger. It is an user defined function. It is represented as Adafruit fingerprint in this code. Then the command is given. This is an user defined function for the finger found. Initially, we are going to clear our LCD if there is any previous data, and it is going to display your authorized if the fingerprints are matched. It shows authorized, and here we are going to give a general ID, that is in number of series. If here we are going to display as welcome with the person's name in the serial monitor, along with the DL number which is authorized for that individual, and his or her date of birth and its expiry date, until which date the DL is going to be valid throughout. And we are going to set the LCD cursor, and at that we are going to print the person's name, and it is going to write digitally with low pins, and it is be given 3 millisecond of delay so that it will display in that time, and it is clear for the next person's ID. Similarly, for another person, it is going to display as found fingerprint ID. This is the second person. The 2 is a random number generated in order, and the person's name will be displayed in the monitor, as well as ID and also date of birth and its validity till what date. And again the cursor is going to set as 0 and 1, and the name will be displayed in the LCD, and with the delay of 3 milliseconds. Similarly, third person, and similarly for 4 person, as we have 4 members in the project, we have taken as 4 persons, and it can be done for n number of peoples. That is 256, which we are using in this project. 256 members can be added like this way itself. Then if fingerprint ID, yes, Similarly, 7 members are added. Then the void door is going to close. If it is not authorized, we are going to give as low. If it is authorized, we are going to give as high. You not have, it is displayed in the LCD. And then at the next line is displayed as authorized real. 0 is for first row and 1 is for second row, as we are using 16x2 LCD display. And another loop we are going to set up here, where it will be used, where this it will be used for the initialization of the variables for the pin modes and as well as start and using libraries. It runs only once after each power-ups or resets of an Arduino Uno board. This code works for this. And this LCD 16x2, it is for LCD combination which we are using 16x2. Pin mode is set as 8 as output, which will be connected to relay. If finger is matched and verified with the password, it is going to display as found fingerprint sensor in the LCD monitor. If not, it is going to display as did not find fingerprint sensor. And similarly, at the same time, LCD is going to display as sensor not found. And if no fingerprint is valid, it will be showing as no valid finger found, and it is going to wait for the finger, which it will be displayed in the monitor. And the LCDs, at the same time, LCD is going to display as you not have. We are going to set the cursor again with the rows, clear it, and we are going to print as authorized DL. Another loop is set. It is for run over and over again, because we need to continuously display whatever happens. If it is authorized or not authorized, it is going to display, and it will be given with the 1 millisecond of the delay. And in the next loop, if the fingerprint is successful, okay, the fingerprint image is taken. The fingerprint, if the no fingerprint is not detected, it is going to display as no fingerprint, and it will jump back to the same loop. If the fingerprint is having some communication error, it is going to display as communication error and return back to the loop. And if the image is going to fail, it shows as image error and returns back to the same loop. Default, it says fingerprint image fails, it shows as imaging error and returns back to the same loop. Defaultly, we are going to give us unknown error. If the fingerprint okay, it is going successfully captured. Then fingerprint is image is going to be converted. If the image is too messy, it is going to show as too messy in the serial monitor. If there is some of the packet error while receiving the image, it will be showing as communication error in the serial monitor and jump back to the loop. If some of the Arduino.5 module has some of the features failed, it will be showing as could not find the fingerprint features and return back to the loop. If the image is not an valid image, it will be showing as could not find fingerprint features and return back to the loop. Defaultly, it shows as unknown error. If the fit is successful, it will be converted, and the serial monitor is going to display as found a fingerprint match. Similarly, communication error, it will be displayed. If it is not matched, it shows did not find a match. Default, it takes as unknown error. If the match is found, it shows as found a match, and it displays the ID, that is the DL number, with the confidence of is displayed, that is the pressure applied by the individual on the fingerprint module. If it is -1, that is a confidence will be around minimum of 30. If it is less than that, it will be showing as failed. And if the fingerprint is okay, the image is taken. And if it is fast, then it shows as fingerprint okay. The match is found. The found ID is displayed with the DL number in the monitor along with the date of birth and the validity of the fingerprint, validity of the license, with the confidence of what is the pressure applied, that percentage will be shown. This is what the access code is.